let's just get cozy, comfortable. We're encroaching 60-degree weather. You know what I mean? Let's just have a moment for that.
Right. Round of
Let's
applause
have a
for the
moment,
sun.
man. Listen. Yeah, round of applause for vitamin D and shit. All right, man. Listen, MIC Podcast, episode 79, community content. You get it all here, man. And I am here with none other than CJ Thorpe, bro. CJ, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, bro. Like, it's gonna be just like, even in researching you, like I was telling Mike, I was like, man, like it's a lot of accolades you do, just like as far as sports and like, you know, what you've done. You know what I mean? And like, I'm just like, I just need to find out more about what exactly he does. You know what I mean? Because like, it just seems like you everywhere, and then like you're doing stuff here athletically, but then like you doing stuff here, like just like as far as like, you know, politicking with like, you know, certain people, and it's like yo, man, I gotta just pick your brain a little bit and find out what's going on, man. But thank you for, you know, coming through.
No, bro, I appreciate it. You know, they say, I remember somebody called me eclectic. Someone called me eclectic back in the day. Say we got good on audio.
Yeah.
Right? And that's really something that like I really took it on the whole, because, you know, I'm big on balance and everything, right? So it's like with the whole athletics thing, it's like, man, it's a great platform. It's a great to be able to be out there, but
Definitely.
how many people are really, you know, doing the athletics and as well as being in the community, as
Definitely.
well as, you know, trying to use that platform from something that's bigger than themselves. Because I feel like that's whenever you find the real power.
Yeah.
Is whenever you're doing things that are bigger than yourself, because then it takes you out of your own self.
Definitely.
And then you're able to build, you're able to, you know, connect with other people, you're able to make space for others to be able to also do the same thing. So yeah, nah, man, it's funny because I really don't have, it's like, I just be doing stuff.
No, fact. Jack of all trades, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but
you
a
know
master
what I
of
mean?
none is better than what is it? It's better than
Like half-assing like one thing, you know what I mean?
or better than only being a master of one. I think that might be the one thing. Jack of all trades, but a master of none is better than only being a master of one.
Yeah, exactly.
In terms of like
the versatility.
Yeah, you're able to be versatile. You're able to tap in with a lot of different spaces, and you're able to. I feel like, at least for me, like my thing is I'm able to be more of a curator of experiences of individuals, because I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. Like we can sit here, you could hit me with anything, and I promise you, I'm gonna know more than the average person, but less than the expert. You feel me?
I feel like I'm in that exact pocket too. Like I'm in that exact range where it's like I could strike up conversations like about different things, you know, different areas of life, like, you know, dive into different perspectives, but I'm not gonna be as in tune as someone who's actually been through said experience, or like, you know, has that, you know, toolbox.
But also you're able to have a more unique perspective than they do, because they're so ingrained in what they learned, right? This is all that they know, so they have no other perspective to even be able to be like, okay, well, yeah, these are the facts of it, and these are like, this is it at a high level, but on this base level, right?
Right.
On a functional level.
Layman's terms are like everyone can tap it. Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Right.
And you're able to connect them more, and then give them the platform to be like, all right, well, if y'all need to know more about this, or if we need to get this done, or we want to put it on a bigger level and grow it, well, I'm not the guy for that.
Yeah.
I know the guy though.
Word.
I know the guy though. I can
Word.
tell you that
All
much.
inquiries to this tagline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just the face, guys.
Nah, definitely, bro.
You know.
Now we're gonna break it down though, bro. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pittsburgh.
Okay, Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I grew up originally out down Route 8.
Okay.
Like my grandma, my parents, they lived over by like Fox Chapel, Shaler.
Copy. Okay.
But we got a church on the north. So I split all my time between, I would be in school and over at Shaler, where I was the only black kid, and then I go to church where I don't know if there was a single white person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Damn, so, just like both ends of the spectrum. Like, so like, I mean, just like even, you know, early age, like, was that something that, I mean, like, obviously, like, it's like such like a jarring thing, but like, was that something like you picked on? Like that like you picked up on at an early age, or like did you kind of?
It was a struggle. It was something that I struggled with at an early age, for sure. I mean, I definitely peeped it. Whenever I was younger, I never really got to really be. I don't know. I think that I never really got the chance to like see the power
really
of it when I was younger.
Right. And like, ain't that like kind of crazy? Because like as a kid, you're just like, oh, like I'm just a kid. This is the school I go to. It is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? But then in hindsight, you'd be like, damn, I was the only nigga, like literally, the only black person in like for I don't even know, like until probably the new school year starts and they,
No, literally,
a
I was
new
the
one
only,
or two batch come in, like
No, and then literally, and it was like there was me, and there was like two other kids who were like half,
right.
like, but I only say that not on a colorism type, but like on some like they were more able to be embraced by.
On like certain levels.
Yeah. Whereas like it was, and plus me being the type, even whenever I was a kid, I'm sturdy. Like I'm not finna try to act like nobody else.
Yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
finna try to appease nobody else. I'm not finna change who I am to make you happy just because you want me to be this. No,
Nah,
bro,
fuck
that's
that,
crazy.
right.
Now we can have a conversation.
Yeah,
And if
definitely.
if you say something that inspires me, well then I'll change immediately.
Yeah, facts.
If you're showing me swag, you're putting me on game, and it's like this is something that's gonna be a betterment to my life, and it's gonna make me better in the long. Say no more.
You got to be
like
wary
that.
of fake game though, because niggas be acting like they
wary of fake game.
Niggas be acting like they got game, but they don't got game.
And they don't. And that's something that I peeped whenever I was young. Because I'm
facts.
you know what I mean. You know they got the popular kids whenever you young, and they
Right.
they got a whole little posse. And
Facts,
it's like
facts.
they feel
Just because
like
this
they
nigga has a backyard and shit, like yo, fucking with him, like
dog. Like
Yeah, right.
mind you, whole T. The racial demographics were kind of flipped for us too, because we was on the other side of the tracks, but like in the nice big houses, right?
Facts,
I had one
okay.
of the biggest houses in my school district.
Shout out to that.
You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, shout out to my pops for that.
yeah,
I
no,
did that.
absolutely.
But like it was always weird too, because it's like normally it's a lot. It was funny because like a lot of times getting bullied whenever I was younger and stuff.
How was niggas bullying you?
I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's also numbers. You know what I'm saying?
fair.
Plus,
the numbers.
bro, here's the thing, bro. It's like the same
Facts,
idea.
though.
It's the same idea of they do this with an elephant, right?
Yeah.
So if you get an elephant from whenever
this
it's
is a gem, yeah.
it's a calf,
Yeah.
a baby, and you put a rope around its neck.
Yep.
And you lead it with the rope, and you keep pulling it with the rope. Whenever it's a kid, obviously the rope is gonna be powerful enough
Dictate its
to move it,
direction, right?
But if that's what they know, and now they know that rope can control me, right? As they grow up, they become a 15-ton animal that can flip a car.
They don't know that they could break the chain around his ankle.
They don't know that rope that was from a kid,
Yeah.
that they could break it. You can still lead an elephant around with that same rope.
That's a fact.
And that's what it is. It don't matter. I could be, but
6'9", 275, all muscle, and it's just like it's really, and like it just showed you,
mental.
it just shows you how powerful, man, the mental, really is, man.
But it was, and I think that it was something that I realized whenever I was like 12 probably. I was really going through a rough time. I mean, like I said, I was getting bullied. My granddad had died, so like
Sorry to hear
both
that,
of my
bro.
granddads died
Yeah.
like within like a year of each
sorry,
other.
man.
So it was a lot of like and emotional turmoil in the family
Definitely.
in and of itself. It was just a rough time just in general. So I'm having suicidal thoughts. I'm like, all right, bro, it's peace out. We about to end it.
Word.
And then like I had a moment, like really, like literally, like I had the letter wrote, like nobody was home. I was like, ooh, perfect. And, it's something that they say whenever it's what you want to be careful with. If y'all ever have like a depressed friend or anything, they're usually sad, and suddenly they got a whole bunch of energy. Check on them, because it's like a last burst of energy for them, because it's like they happy that they finally ready to end it. Either way, right? I get to the point. It's like I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? I got everything set up, and then I had a moment of reflection. I think it was God speaking to me, but it was like, if you are willing to end your life now, that means that whatever was holding you back, whatever making you want to kill yourself, you no longer care about, because you're willing to break that bond. You're willing to make your mom sad. You're willing to stop going to school. You're willing to, because whatever it is that's you're no longer about to be there. So you're willing to remove yourself from the situation by ending it all. Why don't you just remove yourself from the situation and then change and then try to do something else? Because hey, at the end of the day, you always got plan B. Like at the end of the day, you could always go if it don't work out, right? Because I had all these amazing dreams whenever I was younger. I wanted to go to Dubai. I wanted to go to World Expo. I wanted to be president. You know what I'm saying? I had all these things. I wanted to play football at Penn State. I wanted to do all these things, but I was like, at the time, I'm so confined in my own head that like I'm like, man, I ain't even thinking about none of that. I can't even make it another day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, But I was like, okay, well, if you're willing to end it all already, why don't you try to shoot for the stars?
Right.
And then if it don't work out, then it's like, all right, well, you can do the thing that you was already planning on doing. But you might as well have some bonus time. Like, and that, I'm not gonna hold you. That moment really changed my life.
Dog. Well, first of all, thank you for, sharing that with me, bro. And I have dealt with depression, my entire life, still dealing with it. And like, it's something that's going to be a part, of, my, like, it's just something that, like, you just, deal with, man. And, I've definitely, like, for me, like, there was definitely a wave when I was younger, man. Like, just insecure kid, man. You know what I mean? Like, wasn't really like, I wasn't necessarily misunderstood, but I didn't necessarily fully understand myself, and like it was just a frustration.
So you were misunderstood.
Well, yeah, just but like really internally though. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like it wasn't really any outside, but like it was just all internal, which is just like another layer of frustration because it's like, yo, why don't I feel comfortable in my own like you know what I mean? Like what am I just all these thoughts.
And
man.
a lot of that comes from trying to, or whatever your standard is, you're trying to reach a standard that's not even for you. Right? And that's why I was saying, like, that got me thinking like a lot of terms, like thinking about like the whole, who was like the alpha back in the day, or like, the popular kids, like you're trying to reach that ideal, knowing the whole time in your heart of hearts, that's not even what you really want. Yeah. But you see it and you're like, okay, well, they're doing it, so I should be like them. But you above all that. Someone
looking at you, judging your ability to fly, but you a fish. Whole time you're not even on the right terrain.
Whole time.
You know what I mean? Whole like it's really crazy. So like I definitely, and like I think the heaviest wave for me was really right before I moved out here. I just got laid off. I was in Colorado. I had to move back home to Maryland. And like it was like a like a 3-4 month stint. But man, I was just lost. I really did not know what to do. Like I was really just lacking purpose. It was bad, man. I was just using everything under the sun to numb it. Going out, eating, 2 brownies in a night, you know what I mean? Just trying to take myself out of reality. And like, I just knew if I stayed there any longer, it would have just been like a real, dark road for me, And, I'm super blessed to even have this opportunity, bro. But when did football like become a factor for you after all that?
I'd say, I didn't really get serious about football until high school. Okay. I would say. I like probably, because at Shaler, so the school that I was at whenever I grew up, right? I went there my freshman year. And that's like, all the way up before that, it's like, yeah, you playing football, but you not really playing football. Like anything before high school football is
type shit, right?
There ain't no championships. There ain't no
niggas playing win-loss record.
Right? Yeah, playing for dap ups and
right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Orange slices
and hot dogs.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about at the end of the day. But,
right.
Freshman year, I think I was playing. I was seeing guys, getting recruited. Going to college for free. And I'm like, well, shoot, I don't want no student loans. Tell you that much.
Type right.
So I'm like, all right. And then I was playing, like my team was terrible. We literally, there's guys who were in my year that didn't win a single game their entire time.
Damn.
Playing 4 years of football.
That's teed.
Didn't win a single game. Crazy. I was on that team.
Yeah.
Freshman year.
You're right.
I'm talking about I was playing offense. I was playing offense on Friday night. And then I was playing offense and defense on Saturday morning.
Damn.
I would play in JV. So I played varsity the day before. Damn. They would take me out.
They need you on both ends. Listen, we got to put our school on your back.
Literally. And they would take me out one under like the amount of plays that you could play to like, so you could do JV and varsity.
Yeah.
So they take me out like right before the end of the game.
Yeah, if they're doing that at that, like I can, because like I even heard that like they be doing that on the NFL level, but for people's incentives.
That's the reason why I never wanted to go to the NFL, because I seen that from an early on that they's going to finesse you, and I'm like, bro, me getting finessed? Are you serious?
Right.
Nah.
Yeah. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. Yeah. Couldn't be me. So like I was, but I would probably say like then is when I realized I was like, okay, I can really make something shake. Like I can really, kind of go wherever I want to go in terms of schools. Like if I took it seriously, plus I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, oh, all the football niggas get all the shorties.
Facts.
All the shorties. So I'm like,
It's in your offer letter from the school. It's like, yo, we get you, listen, housing, the women come with it, and then it's
yeah, and then you get a meal
whatever
plan.
else. Yeah.
You know, get your books, all that kind of
right,
stuff.
Right, gear. I mean, yeah.
No, but like, so I was like, yeah, bro, that's a no-brainer. So that's whenever I really started taking it seriously. And that's whenever I went to Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Okay.
And that's really like whenever I was a freshman, I was like, okay, like I could be really good at this, right? And this is something that's also it was probably one of the first times in my life that I was able to be really good at something that you couldn't tell me differently, right? Your opinion of it didn't matter because on that field, it's me versus the guy in front of me, and he's not beating me. I can show you the film of me putting the guy on his back. So it don't matter what you're saying. My team might have lost, sure, but I know what I did, you know? So it's like, I think that kind of having that,
It's like foundation.
Yeah, or even like just like the ability to empirically have evidence of this is me being great, right? So that was kind of a first step for me.
Okay.
And then whenever I went to Central Catholic, I had a mentor there. His name was Eric McAllister. He kind of took me under his wing because I went there. I transferred there in the summer, and he pretty much put me on game in terms of like how to play, like the play style, the scheme, kind of everything that, you know, even the mentality of Central and kind of how to be successful there.
Yeah.
And he really, really put me on game there. Yeah. And I was really appreciative of it because it let me be able to come in and take the spot of a senior. But he gave me the mentality of, bro, it don't matter because at the end of the day, you're trying to be great and you're trying to make the team great. Facts. So like, yeah, somebody might feel bad, but honestly, you can't feel bad because you're doing your job and making them feel bad.
Right, yeah.
That just means that they need to be better.
Exactly, you know.
So that mentality really did a lot for me because you know I'm a very sensitive individual. You know, I like to make sure that everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make nobody sad.
Same, definitely.
But you know, I think that mentality in terms of, bro, in the long run, they're gonna be better off because you either gonna make them better or make them realize that this ain't something that they want to do.
You know, yeah.
And I just took that mentality with me a lot. And then, you know, I was able to snap. I mean, I was all conference. I was one of like the highest rated.
No. I saw the list. I had to scroll quite a few.
Yeah, like I was the high school
I had to do a lot. I was like, okay, no, understood. Nah, man. So like, how was the transition for you from high school to college? Like, was it just like a real
rough?
Like, okay, so like it was like a learning curve, just like as far as like the pacing and the lifestyle.
My thing was again because I never. In terms of my core, I never changed in terms of I'm not changing for nobody, right? So whenever I kind of got up to Penn State, you know, initially.
Shout out to Penn State, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to
Lions,
we
are,
baby.
You know the vibes.
Baby, you already know.
But you know, with that, it was like whenever I first got up there, you know, guys expect. I don't know if guys expect freshmen to come in there and be like super big headed or whatever, but I was never that kind of guy anyway. But I was going in there like, yo, like, okay, where I come from, the school that I came from, I went to all boys school, right? So we had energy. Like we had like practice, bro. What you're telling me? I get to go out and run through somebody after being stuck in a suit, button down in a tie all day, in a belt, and you tell me I can go, bro? What? Don't matter you on offense or defense. We teed up, we lit,
right?
And we had more of like that. We had a really tight bond with that, right? Dope. So like we was like, I mean, we was all brothers, like for real. So it was like, I mean, the same way you fight with your brothers, you argue with your brothers. You
Yeah,
then
facts.
Y'all still gonna go.
Definitely.
You ain't gonna let nobody else talk bad about your brother.
No one on the outside can penetrate that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I operated. But going into Penn State, that's not how they were.
You feel like it was more individualistic, like everyone had their own agendas.
It was cliquey.
Yeah. Okay.
It was very cliquey. Okay. So it'd be like, all right, this guy is this. We like this guy. So orbit yourself around this guy and act like him and be like him. And if you're not like him, then you're not right because you're not because we already chose this guy.
I definitely saw that. Like those that were deemed like him on the team, like they had their own. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? They had their own little.
They had their own orbit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
me, I know myself. I'm coming with my own gravity anyway.
I feel you. Yeah.
Because
type shit. Exactly. Right.
Like, bro, like I'm not. And I'm
you
not,
ain't looking for no gravitational pulls. Like
I'm not because I know I'm walking my path, and if our paths walk together and we can move forward together,
and it's cool.
Great.
Yeah,
we're great. But I'm not finna what? You want me to back down to you because You got people behind you,
Right.
brother. Brother, we all bleed.
Cause y'all all wearing Yeezys.
Like
I give a fuck.
Like I care, because I promise I don't.
I know.
And it's like, and it was
They come in riding with the Yeezys and don't say shit. Just be
right.
Just put their feet up like.
I'm saying, bro.
Like, what the fuck?
So with that, a lot of it was like whenever I first got there, I'm just the kind of person that I was, and I think that people, and I even whenever my nickname in high school was Savage, because that's how I played on the field. Like I played on the field, like in those 6 seconds when from the time the ball was snapped to the time that the referee blew the whistle. Honestly, if you in front of me, you in the way, bro,
it's over.
It's over for you. I'm not. Like I said, I fought depression all my life. I was bullied all my. This was my outlet, and I'm taking it out on you.
Word.
You shouldn't have went in front of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bring in the next guy if you're scared.
Yeah, right.
And I still went with that same mentality whenever I went to college. But I think that, but I was also smart about it though, right? But it was also because football is about 50% mental, right? So especially on the offense and defensive line, because but you're playing chess. You got 90 plays where you're trying to stop, as an offensive lineman, you're trying to stop the guy in front of you. 90 plays, bro. What? I'm playing with all your emotions.
Yeah.
I want you to think that I'm crazy.
Yeah, right.
Because I want you to not know what I'm going to do next.
Right.
Because that's going to make you half a step slower. And that's going to let me get my hands on you, put you on your back. And then I'm going to say something whenever I put you on your back. And then I'm going to help you up.
Yeah.
And now you're confused. Now you don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
Internally, you're like,
how do I process this?
I want to be mad at him. Just help me up.
Just help me up. He seems like a good guy.
He seems like a good guy, but then
he harms me.
Snaps,
yeah, right. Yeah.
He just wants to harm me.
Yeah.
I'm a crazy person. I don't get it.
Right.
But the thing is,
this nigga's Bishop from Juice. Like, yeah. What is this nigga about to do to me? I don't know. Like,
bro, like for real.
Yeah.
And I always played that game, but nobody ever. And I think that's a big thing at Penn State is that nobody ever took the time to really learn how I played the game, right? So people just thought I was crazy. They just thought I was just trying to get da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
It's like, well, first of all, I'm not going to back down. So y'all can, especially whenever we're in practice, I'm like, well, there ain't no referees here. So I'm really not backing down. Because I'm not going to because I don't want y'all, because I've been bullied before.
Okay.
I've seen what happens whenever you do back down to a bully. I'm not going through that for 4 years.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? No. Heavens no.
Yeah.
Heavens no.
Oh my no,
like,
absolutely not.
Like me clutching my pearls, like absolutely not.
How dare you even think?
Egads. you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, but I think that was something. And then I mean, honestly, the coach I had, my position coach was just atrocious.
Okay.
I told you. And I mean, he ended up getting fired. After like a year or two. But especially with me, because he had a very passive playing style as well. And that's totally different than what I grew up on, totally different than how I play. So, I was just, that transition was rough. I mean, on the field, like in between the snaps, right? I was cool. Yeah. But it was the business. It was the business of it. It was the trying to balance it. It was the whole, even in the locker room, I mean, I'm married with niggas. Like, I'm a type of person, I like making love. I don't like just having sex.
Okay. All right.
Like, cause I was like.
That's a little gem in there, yeah.
No, I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. Cause it's like, for me, I mean, it's an exchange of energies.
Okay.
We're really, I don't know, bro. Plus, it's like, it's better whenever you know somebody and that person can trust you. Yeah. Like, bar none, it's better.
Definitely.
So I'm I'm a big guy of quality over quantity every time. Right. But I mean, I'm there with guys who have 150, 200 bodies.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? And bragging about it. And then looking at me like, well, what you doing this weekend? I'm like, oh, bro, I'm about to go watch a movie with shorties. Like, oh yeah, you gonna hit? I'm be like, no, we gonna get some wings over. Yeah, right. Chill, might cuddle a little bit. And then that's gonna be it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Niggas like, oh, this nigga suck. This nigga. And I'm like,
damn, like
what did I do?
I can't enjoy wings with a, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
The thing is, that's the type of stuff that I would do by myself. So
type
I'd rather
shit,
do it with
right?
somebody
Yeah,
else.
right. Yeah,
like,
right.
I can't be with and it's crazy because I always had the baddest Johns.
It's kind of crazy because even the niggas with 200 bodies come out the closet a year later, like, yo, guys.
Dog. Dog. No, but for real though.
They're like, yo, guys, it's been weighing on my chest. I'm 35 at this point, and I think I might. Yeah, I mean,
no, but like for real though.
Yeah,
and that's
man.
that's where a lot of it
It's the
comes from.
overcompensation.
It's overcompensation. It's like you were saying earlier. It's you hiding your pain with these vices, right?
Yeah.
It's trying to avoid what you're really dealing with,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, I peeped it, but also, I mean, I was also going through a lot then. So I'm like, well, shoot, these niggas must be on to something. So I did kind of like my freshman year, kind of be in with all that, like. But that was again trying to do something that was outside of myself, right? And I realized that I was trying to be like them. I was trying to just take home shorties and like do something that wasn't me. And And that was making me even more depressed.
I feel you. Yeah.
So like that whole part of it was really, really rough. I mean, that was for my first 2 years there. For real.
Yeah.
Like I would literally leave practice. I'd be in the middle of practice like, hey, coach, I go to the bathroom real quick. Go back, have a panic attack, cry in the bathroom.
Then all right, shake
wash
that
my
off.
face off, right back in it, and go block somebody for an inside run. You know what I mean? But then I met my best friend, Teeny, man, and she put me on game. Like, real life, she's one of the coolest people I've ever met. And I don't think that there's a lot of people who are cooler than me. Like, that's just...
Yeah, you're supposed to feel that way.
And you're supposed to feel that way.
Right, yeah.
But I feel like but her... Bro, because she's one of them like super earthy girls, like talking about like we'll walk around barefoot just
Sage
so she can connect
pocket.
sage in her pocket all the time.
Badu.
Worked at the garden on campus, so she was in the greenhouse all the time.
Some topaz in the tuck, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Like had the necklaces on, the rings, you know what I mean? Like we'll get her hair braided. She's a white girl, getting her hair braided, like you know what I mean? Like she saved my life. I'm not gonna lie, and I tell her that. I told her you don't even know because you literally saved my life. But like, just being able to see somebody who was just unequivocally themselves, and to see how much that idea of gravity, right?
Yeah, people
gravitated towards her because she was herself.
Definitely,
and she gave people the space to also be themselves.
Yeah,
and man, what
that
was
that?
Bro.
No, bro. I mean, that like all that just like sounds real, bro. Because I mean, like you sound like, and like I know like the population is small, but like some people kind of go like a school like Penn State, just like really any other D1 school, huge program, millions of dollars behind it, and like they. Like if you're like that select few that are deemed like, okay, like this is the guy that we're going to put our money behind and like just operate our business, our brand through. Obviously, your experience is going to be different than someone who is coming in even like at a freshman level, and for like as highly touted as you are, they quote unquote didn't pick you to be the guy, or just like pick you for like
you
the
haven't
program.
proven yourself to be the guy yet, because everyone comes in as like that guy,
exactly,
with a bunch of accolades and all that, which is true.
Yeah, facts. So just like especially like on the football team, like it's just even good to even get that perspective of like someone who is kind of more on like the grounded level of things and like seeing things from like a different perspective, for sure.
Yeah, and I tried to give guys that space too, to new guys who came in, a lot of guys, a lot of times, like, I don't know, and I think that this was part, because even my dad told me, like, that's kind of like what a lot of guys would do, like the whole, like, welcome to football, kind of like break down the freshmen. Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, there were some freshmen that came in, like, thinking that they shit ain't stink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's real,
it's
but
like you could be the best in your hometown or whatever, but here everyone is the best.
Everyone's the best in their hometown, which like some guys didn't realize, which is like okay, but then also I'm again balance and everything. I think that if you got a whole bunch of guys doing that, who are the guys who are also making sure that they're okay, making sure that they're mentally all right? I mean, everyone's gonna be struggling, but like showing them like, yo, like it's okay, like to be you, like it's okay, like no, you should still have some pride in who you are,
right?
Because you are still here, you are still able to make it here. Like definitely. You're not a lot of niggas who ain't in your position. So even if you the worst of the best, you still better than a lot of others. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
And like just trying to make sure that somebody ain't have to feel like I felt, because there wasn't that was isolation, for me. And I mean, a part of it was self-imposed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
that's part of the whole. You know what I'm saying? The depression thing is like. You put yourself in that isolation, but I mean, I don't know. But the other part of it is kind of like, I feel like it's like the hyperbolic time chamber, in Dragon Ball. It's like, come on, bro, what? Don't get me started.
Fuck with him, bro. Fuck are you talking about? Let's go.
Bro, don't get me started on the whole anime.
Yo, listen, sir. I got something to show you after the pod, but yeah, nah, definitely gonna chop it up. But bro, I mean, the world knows how, tough it is, being a student athlete. That's just even a whole lifestyle in its, in itself. How the hell do you have time to join the fucking Qs, bro? Like,
yeah. Shout out to the bruh, shout out to the frat.
Bruh.
I mean, again, bro, this is my senior year post COVID. It was crazy actually because the Qs weren't on campus. My first 3 years.
And like none of the black fraternities were like.
A lot of them got kicked off, but like they started coming back, and then COVID hit, so I wasn't able to do it. And then my senior year, I was like, it was so random. So I was literally, it was right before the semester started. I just happened to be up there, happened to go to this Walmart at this random time. Wasn't even supposed to be in there. I was there with my friends.
Was this the Walmart fucking on?
Yes, bro. Right off of Atherton, bro. Right off of Atherton, everybody be in there.
That's a fact.
Me and my friends just went there because we was like, I don't even remember what we were in there for.
Yeah.
But I didn't even have to go. I remember that. But I was just like, they were going. I was like, Muppet, like, let's go. I was walking around and I seen this old head who know my pops. He was, my dad went to Penn State in like 87.
Yeah, he played in the 80s, right? Yeah.
Right. He wasn't able to join the frat because Joe Paterno didn't let nobody back then. But
one of his friends joined the frat? Okay, yeah. Gotcha, okay.
But one of his friends did. And I saw one of his old friends. He was talking. We were just talking. He was like, yeah, but I was like, why'd you never... Like, were you ever interested in Omega? I was like, yes. Like, I've always wanted to be part of the frat. Like, that's something I've known I've always wanted to do. But I was
For real, why was that? Like, what?
I mean, just seeing them in the community whenever I was younger.
Okay.
I think that all the influential men in it, from Langston Hughes to Steve Harvey to Booker T. Washington,
bro,
you know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
the Qs are deep with just like legacy, history, all of that, bro, for sure.
Plus, me, like I say, growing up in kind of those both aspects, being able to have that community of black men behind me, I think that, again, I'm still shooting for president. So, vote Siege president, 2040.
No, you got my vote already. He mentioned the hyperbolic time chamber. He's got my vote for both terms. Both terms.
Right.
CJ Thorpe.
Right. But, I think that that's why it was always something I wanted to do. Plus, it was just, man, look at me. I look good in the purple and the gold.
Yeah, fucking right. Simple as that.
Fits.
Right,
it
yeah.
Fits, purple being the color of kings, all that kind of stuff. So I think, and I just saw him, and I saw a dude in there, and he was like, bro, like, he was like, yo, like, you should hit up the bros, like, now. And I was like, okay, cool.
What? All right, that's all I need.
Mind you, this was 2020. This is right during COVID. This is the summer of COVID. So I'm out here, I'm doing life insurance, over the summer, like right before school starts, about to have another football season.
Yeah.
I'm like, bump it, bro. Like, full send. And was able to go through the process, get on, and I mean, the rest is history now.
Yeah.
You
feel like you made the right choice and just like even, gain that community and like, yeah.
It was, what I knew I made the right choice was it was right as soon as I graduated. I went to Cancun for my cousin's birthday. And as soon as I get there, I put my suitcase in the room, I put on some shorts and go down to the pool. I ain't even get my first drink yet. And I seen somebody with the brand on their arm. I'm like, oh, it's the bros. What's good? I'm like, dog. And he immediately showed love. He put me on all the little tips and tricks around there. He was getting me drinks, showing off to his friends, being good,
that's
like with my peoples too.
That's how it goes.
And I was like,
that's hard.
I was like, dog, I ain't hit nobody up. I'm in Mexico randomly, and I meet the bros.
It's a good place to have a friend too.
It's a great place to have a friend, and I've yet to travel to any city and not meet a bro.
Wow.
I went to Dubai. They have a whole chapter over there.
Wow.
And they chapter showed me love. They took me out for Thanksgiving.
That's crazy.
Like, I had no other family up there. My LB actually flew out to Dubai, and me and him went out to Abu Dhabi, which is like an hour and a half from where I stayed. We went and served dinner, or served breakfast. It was like we served dinner to, it was lunch, but it was like Thanksgiving.
Got you.
We served a meal to the security at one of the bros' schools who was just working security that day, but the school was closed down. They didn't even know what Thanksgiving was for real, but we still did it. And then, we went and we had a big meal with like all these different expats, all these different Americans in Dubai in like this, it was like in this compound. We literally took over it was literally it was a whole block. And we had just food up down the whole block, was doing old classic American games. Mind you, I've been there for 3 months. Again, my depression came back up because, I'm there with people who have traveled all over the world, people who got all these different accolades, different degrees, and we all doing the same thing. And I'm and I'm in Dubai where it's I don't even have that much bread, but those people out here with crazy bread, and kind of that whole idea of seeing something and knowing that I want more and then trying to reach it, but then, how to do that in a healthy way without going outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Was something I was struggling with at that time. And that was really, really good point to really ground me at that point. Okay. And then really be able to see something. And then my old head who was up there took us to there was one club in Dubai that you can go into and find any woman you want.
Okay.
Of any flavor.
Okay. Okay.
And he took us there, and it's called the York Club. And he took me and my LB there, after we ate, after we did the whole nice thing. I mean, I didn't do nothing there, but it was still the fact that he had that access. And mind you, this is a Muslim country. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of tourists and stuff, but I'm the fact that he's tapped in like that, and I can find somebody who know everywhere, everything, and he was able to look out for me in a lot of different situations up there. I was man, the frat is deep.
Yeah,
that's just it continues to remind me all the time that it was a great decision.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, no, bro. I mean, I think it's the greatest frat in the world.
So let's fast forward. You put your name in the transfer portal.
Yes.
After your experience at Penn State, man. And so just
finesse.
kind of, yeah, bro. I mean,
I'm not going to lie to you.
Walk us through, your mentality at the time. What was life like for you? What were you expecting to come out of that,
So me doing that was actually pretty funny. That was me finessing the system a little bit. Which looking back, I realized I didn't really have to do.
Yeah.
But
right.
It was, so I applied for, so let's go back.
Yeah.
So last game of the season is after last game of the season. I'm probably depressed again.
Okay, hold on. Let me check the time just so we make sure we good on the time. Oh wait, I didn't even know that you got a watch on.
Oh yeah, no, I do got the Apple.
Okay, word. No. We good on time. We good on time.
So last game of the season, I'm there. I'm afterwards scrolling on Instagram, and I had seen this thing about want to go to Dubai and work at a World Expo. I'd seen it on Instagram, one of them Instagram ads you see, but it kept coming up. Now, mind you don't see the same Instagram ad
twice.
You might see it twice.
Right.
But this was my fourth or fifth time seeing it.
You might catch it because you might see a lit shirt and be like, I might catch it again. If I catch it again, I'm gonna definitely go to the link. 3 times is crazy.
Bro, it was the 4th or 5th time. And now, mind you, like I said earlier, this is something that I wrote down whenever I was a kid. I wanted to go to Dubai because I wanted to see the architecture. I wanted to learn more about, it was just the most recent, newest, it was the new New York. So it was one of the dopest cities in the world.
Definitely.
And I wanted to go to a World Expo because I'm a big nerd. I love learning. To be able to go to a World Expo, meet people, learn about all this different stuff, see different countries, literally go in there to just flex. Those are 2 things that I've always wanted to do. So I seen that. I was like, bro.
Go to Dubai and flex.
Bro, I seen that. I was like, bro, somebody must have seen younger CJ's little, what do you want to do whenever you grow up? And literally made an ad specifically for me. But whenever I seen the 4th time, I applied for it. I seen it was a long application process. It was sponsored by the U.S. State Department. I was like, oh, this is legit.
Did you put your name in the portal because of just your experience at Penn State, or was the World Expo the main?
Well, that's what I'm getting.
Okay, got you.
So I applied to that. And then with that, that's whenever I decided to go into the portal because I wanted to get my last semester because I was graduating in that May. So I wanted to have a last semester to honestly just chill. I'd never been able to have a good college experience, a just general college experience. I didn't want to have to do spring ball. I didn't want to have to work out.
You up a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? COVID was that whole year. So I was like, bro, I just want a second to think, step back. Plus, it was kind of me flipping a coin, right?
Okay.
So I was putting in a transfer portal because I was like, all right, if I get the Dubai thing, then I'm going to Dubai because that means that literally everything that I've ever dreamed of can come true. Because this is literally something that I dreamed of. If I get it, it's going to come true. That's bar none, right? And then then the other side was like, all right, if I don't get it, then I'll either stay at Penn State or I'll go transfer somewhere, play D-line,
Football,
go to the NFL, make a bunch of money, get a bunch of concussions,
Right.
probably fight depression even longer, and then try to do some business out of it. You know, I'll make it work.
Yeah,
but
when
that
they drop
wasn't
the
my
movie
preference.
about concussions, I will then be compensated.
Exactly,
Yeah, right.
exactly.
Right.
So I literally flipped the coin in my life at that point. I was
Wow.
like, this is where we're at. We're going to see what happens. And then I got the Dubai thing, probably in April of 2021. Then I was like, well, peace out.
I'm out. Yeah.
I'm out. Like, this is literally a dream come true. Like,
What was the process like in like, you know, getting chosen for that? Like, did you have to apply
dude, it was
to stuff,
apply.
or-
So the application took probably 2 weeks to do because it was like a bunch of
Damn.
essays, video essays,
Okay.
references, all that different kind of stuff. And then it was probably 3 months of interviews where it would be
3
like,
months of interviews.
dog, interviewed in January, next round February, next round March. All right, wait, we'll get back to you in a couple weeks. Then I found out in April.
Wow.
So that was and that's what I'm saying. That was a whole long, stressful process in and of itself. And then yeah, bro, whenever we locked it, whenever you got locked in, I was like,
That's hard.
we lit. Plus, I never wanted to go to the NFL. Like that was never nothing
like
for
the
me.
main goal for you.
My main goal was to get a free college degree and not have to pay no student debts, which I have 2 degrees with no debt.
No,
So-
like yeah, I mean, like one of them is in African American studies, right?
Yeah. So one in African American studies, the other is philosophy with a focus in justice, law, and values.
Okay, dope.
So yeah, bro.
Nah, facts. And like you, like it was like what 75 people that went in total, or like,
Yeah. 75 people. It ended up being 70, like 8 because we had some people drop out just because
Okay.
it was too much for them.
Yeah.
Because I mean it was a lot, bro. I mean we were over there working. Now we were working at the World Expo. We were being the
I was even by the
representatives.
spaces like, you know, just, you know, speak on the World Expo and like, you know, what it's about and like, you know, just, you know, the work y'all did over there, man.
Yeah,
like,
bro. I mean, so like the World Expo, I mean, it was an amazing experience, bro. They literally built an entire city for this event. It was a 6-month long event. I mean, we do it every like 5 years. The next one is in Osaka, Japan. I'm trying to slide. Yeah. So let me know. Because I'll be there one way or another.
Dog, like I
be there.
have to, like, just to even pay my respects, bro. I have to
Exactly.
go to Japan,
Exactly.
bro.
And I'm like,
it's a
bro, not
necessity,
only to go to
like-
Japan, but to
Yeah.
also be at an expo.
Yeah,
And I know
bro.
that they're going to go crazy at an expo in Japan,
Dog,
bro.
like,
I'm already hit.
No, I'm real happy for you about that. That's gonna be fire for you, bro.
Yeah, I'm a finesse it. I'm already saving up now. But yeah, bro. But it was crazy, you know, just working there. It was kind of like college, but in terms of because a lot of different countries brought youth ambassadors like us.
Yeah.
To do it, right? So to do the same thing we were doing to represent their country, there were a lot of different countries that did that. So I mean, bro, like after Expo, like once it would end, like once the day would end, dog, we was outside. Like we would
In
go,
Dubai though, crazy.
So we would usually it would be like on the weekends, we would go like outside to like Dubai, whether it be like to the marina, go to like some of the
Okay.
clubs in Dubai, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But more often than not, we would actually go party at Expo.
Oh,
Because they had a bunch of different bars, eateries and stuff. So we would literally go from a normal night at Expo, going out would be you finish up your shift, you go to Finland first for drinks.
And that should turn into Tequila
Because
Cowboy.
they got literally that's
crazy.
Tequila Cowboy.
Yeah.
And then you would go to Siena Mercado, which was Switzerland.
Wow.
Because Switzerland had a rooftop.
Wow.
So you go to the rooftop bar in Switzerland. Then you would
Shout
go
out to Switzerland.
Shout out to Switzerland. No, we loved our Swiss friends.
Yeah.
And then you would go to Mexico
Okay.
because they had like a nice like proper club spot. That would be like Cavo. That was Mexico. We would go there, and then you would end the night at an English pub because it's right on the way out, right across from where we went back to. And then there was a little. It was so funny because we just called it the orange food truck.
Okay.
So it was the food truck with no name.
Yeah.
Because they did not have a name on it, but it literally had,
It had that fire though.
bro, fire. And they did it for the low too.
Yeah.
Literally the cheapest thing over. And in the area.
Just $1,500. The cheapest thing is
Bro.
$1,500.
No. And that's the thing. And that's the thing with Dubai too, is
Yeah.
that because there's such a large wealth gap, right? The wealth inequality is crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So for the people who work there, there's really cheap stuff because people who work there do not get paid a lot. So you can find like a nice middle.
Which is, I mean, why is that the case?
I mean,
Like,
but it's
damn.
because that's how it works.
Yeah.
And again, that's why balance in all things, right? Because for however high there is, there also has to be equally as low. That's,
Yeah, right.
That's one of the rules of the universe.
Absolutely,
bro.
absolutely.
What's Newton's?
For every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Thank
Absolutely,
you. I think that's the second law of motion because the first one is an object in motion will stay in motion.
Stays
An
in motion,
object
yeah.
at rest will stay at rest. Second one, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, and guess what we're all made out of? Energy. Therefore, for every action you make,
Yeah.
for every action that there is in this world, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So for however rich that there is, if there's somebody who's making trillions of dollars, there's somebody who is making
half a penny.
half a penny
Yeah,
a day.
right.
And that's legitimate, bro. There's literally people who are making dirham.
Yeah.
Like, bro, but that food truck was fired.
Yeah,
Because the food
definitely.
truck would literally be like a 5 dirham, you can get a zinger burger.
Yeah.
Which was like a KFC chicken sandwich with a crazy little sauce on it.
Oh, yeah,
And the
yeah.
fries on the side too, bro. I'm talking
yeah.
after a night out,
Thank
you
you.
lit, they give
Yeah,
you that
thank
and the Pepsi.
Yeah.
And the Pepsi. Come on, man. That's gonna be fire. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's one Pepsi, please.
Bro, right,
Nah,
bro.
facts.
I need a zinger combo with a Pepsi, please, Habibi.
Habibi.
Oh, bro. I got my little bit of Arabic over there
The
too.
harach.
You gotta get that right now. It's right, the nice right there, bro. Swear.
That's funny as hell, yo. Nah, man, I'm fuck with CJ, bro. This is great. So, like, yeah, just like what was some of the work y'all did out there, man? Just like as far as
Bro.
the expo.
I mean, 3 out of 5 days, you normally gonna be just there. Just honestly, bro, like it was like you was a greeter at Disney World.
Oh, okay.
So like we had the USA Pavilion, which is where we were stationed at. We'd have probably 12 people at different stations for people to talk to. So you got somebody out front greeting people, letting them in, somebody kind of in the back explaining like the grand seal we had whenever you walk in the door. And we had 2 people in the front of what we called the Travelator, which was a moving walkway to take people through like a little exhibit, with the U.S. history kind of. That's what made me realize that people are legitimately dumb. So stupid.
Yeah, right.
It's bad, bro.
Yeah.
Because
No, I
literally,
know.
bro, we tried so many different ways, so many different tips and tools and techniques to get people to not trip.
Yeah.
Bro, every time it would be like, okay, guys, it's a moving walkway. Watch your step. Walk with the walkway and then stop. Be like, okay. Somebody would walk, step on. Like, bro, I almost saw grandma lose her artificial knee, bro.
Oh my God.
We seen spills, bro. People, bro, it was
Holy
bad.
shit, yeah.
But that would mostly be it, just making sure people are okay.
Yeah.
People would have questions about America, just talking to them about that.
Okay.
Never really dealt with anything too crazy other than like a lot of people like Donald Trump over there.
For real?
A lot, but again, bro, you gotta remember Donald Trump was a caricature of America for them. So
Fair
they're
enough,
like,
right, fair
they're
enough.
like, oh, but we love Donald Trump more like the same way that they would say that they love like Rick
Hulk
and Morty
Hogan or some shit.
bro. Like they loved Undertaker.
Right, yeah,
Like,
yeah, right,
literally.
yeah. It was
So,
like an attraction to them, but
yeah. So it was
Yeah.
that was always funny. But then the really, really cool stuff would be those other like 2 out of 5 days. You would do those would be like you would either do events or you would do like a specialty. You do like a special tour or something. So you'd be like with our management staff. So we've done. I mean, bro, I did tours with the King of Denmark.
Wow.
The King and Queen of Denmark.
Golly, what was it like meeting them?
An astronaut, bro.
Oh shit.
We did. I guess we got an astronaut all around Expo. Was just talking to her, getting her ear about whenever she goes to like presentations, how she preps stuff.
Bro, the only astronaut I know is Neil Armstrong and Matthew McConaughey.
No, yeah, Ryan, bro.
Those are the only astronauts I've ever known in my life.
Hey, yo, no, bro. But no, she was really cool. She was the first black female astronaut, actually.
Wow. What's her name?
That's a great question. I really wish you wouldn't have asked me.
That's crazy. No, but like
I totally forget.
Yeah.
But we had a whole exhibit of her. Dang, I'm not.
No,
I'm
yeah.
not even
I'll
sure I
look it up
remember.
though. Yeah.
But I'm saying she's the first black astronaut.
That's crazy.
She was black female astronaut. That's the one. She was dope. It was really great to be able to talk to her. And we actually had like an exhibit of her inside. So I'd seen her for probably the first 3 months there, like just seen her picture and like just like looking at her and explaining her to people, and then you know for her to actually come and be able to give her a tour,
crazy, bro.
It was dope. We had a poet there, a poet laureate who would like go and get paid to go and you know do poetry around the world. Took her on a big tour. We had a guy there who was like an international chef. He did an actual book on the history of cooking in Black America and kind of how you know there's a lot of people say that like you know American cuisine isn't real, but Black cuisine is. And you know we actually have a rich and deep history of the cuisine that we make, and not just slave food, but also like where it comes from. You know, we're talking about whether you're talking about chitlins, whether you're talking about mac and cheese. You know, there's a history to it, and he went through all that. I mean, we made Nashville hot chicken and mac and cheese for people in Dubai, bro. That was honestly the best meal that I ate in Dubai.
Damn.
But we met CFO of Tesla, like. We would do. There was a lot. So because you would do like a lot, you know. So like those events is really what made it worth it. You know, I was able to make a lot of connections from there.
I was even about to say, man,
get a lot of game.
What's it like? You know, rubbing shoulders, even just like you know, being able to be in the same spaces as some of these people and like you know, kind of you know, pick their brains at certain points.
I mean, bro, it was a blessing, honestly. Like just to be able to pick their brains and like ask them questions and really, you know, get part of that. Like really be able to like talk to them and be like, yo, like. This like I'm trying to be like you. Like I want somebody to pay me to be able to come out here for a week. Like how do we get like that? You know, I got a lot of game from them in terms of like networking, in terms of events, all that kind of stuff, bro. Yeah. So you know, it was a blessing.
That's ill. Yeah. So how did you know that experience and all that work kind of transition into what you do now? Like your work with the Steelers, like you want to like you know speak on that and like you know how you you know saw the opportunity.
So I mean that what that did was help me kind of just get used to just talking.
Definitely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like just like I you know I can speak. I've always been able to talk to a person, right? But being able to speak to people,
right,
is a little bit different.
For sure.
That kind of like that every day going in there to work and just get paid just to talk is really what helped me with the Steelers. And then now my work would be to match. Is I'm able to kind of use all of that and bring it. Plus, you know, would be the matches for a really, really good cause as well.
Yeah, Speak on Be the Match.
So Be the Match, we are part of the National Marrow Donor Program. Essentially, patients who have blood cancers and different blood diseases, only 30% of them can find a match within their family now, just because of the way that we have, you know, super diverse families. Like, you know, we probably like I got 15% Irish in me. Right. Like, you know, people don't have my genetic background.
Right.
Like. So it's hard sometimes for people to find it. So the other 70% of people are left kind of in the air. That's where Be the Match comes in. We actually help to build the National Marrow Donor Repository, which is a database that has healthy individuals between the ages of 18 and 40. Literally, you register, you swab with a little cotton swab, and you're on the registry until you're 61. And you may get a call 6 weeks, 6 months, 17 years down the line, but if you do, you get called to donate. You could potentially save that person's life. So I do events, you know, at a bunch of different universities, colleges in Western PA. I mean, I've only been working there for about 2 months now, but you know, I think I've gotten close to 1,000 people added to the registry already.
Wow, shout out to that. That's incredible.
Yeah, bro. And the big part too is what I love about is that you know, it's extra important for people like us to get into the registry, because if say your little brother, my little brother, you know, somebody who's in our family who look like us were to get a blood cancer or blood disease and they needed a stem cell transplant, well, they only have a 29% chance of finding a match outside of their family. Right. Say that it was white Billy from down the street. Say somebody he know got it. They'd have a 79% chance of finding a match. Okay. So an almost 80% chance from an almost 30% chance of finding a match. So it's more important for us to get into it. But, you know, I mean, you know, niggas, bro, we have medical distrust because of things like, you know, the experiments, you know, people taking our cells, like we already have medical distrust. So it's important for, you know, somebody like me to be able to come in and be like, yo, like, no, like we're just trying to save lives. We're a nonprofit. We're regulated by the government. But like we're strictly just trying to save lives. We don't even want your DNA. Yeah. All we do is the HLA. Like and to be able to do that, I think is very important for me because I'm able to go there and actually connect with people. You know what I'm saying? Like Like, yeah, we'll go out there, we'll have volunteers, you know, where people will like, oh, grab people, be like, oh, come here, you know, come sign up, da 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 da. But if I see a black person walking, I will walk up to them, like I'll get up from behind the table, walk up to them, walk with them wherever they're going, and be like, no, bro, like it's more important for you than anybody else because our numbers are statistically lower. And you're more likely to save a life than anybody else is whenever you sign up. That's crazy. So, but I think to be able to use that my experiences in events, in speaking now have all culminated to being able to do this here. And I mean, I'm not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think that I'm pretty great at it.
No, bro, 1,000 people to that, you know, even just the repository, like I'm sure, again, bro, like you said, like just even, you know, getting one person could save, you know, however many lives. So like, bro, 1,000 people to that is crazy. Like, how'd you even get initially involved with them?
Bro, LinkedIn. I'm telling you, okay. I tell everybody this. Make sure your LinkedIn is not only up to date, but you're active with it. You're commenting.
Bro, I swear. Bro,
people be on Instagram more than LinkedIn, bro.
I swear I've only talked to bots on LinkedIn. I won't even lie, bro. Like,
there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. I'm not
like,
gonna hold you.
I'll be lit because it's like, oh, a job. Like, someone's recognizing my skills. And, you know, it's just hey, I'm from this, you know, such and such sales team. And then I really viewed your experience. And I think I'm like, oh, okay, bet. Yeah, you send your resume in. And it'd be 3 years later.
So I've been looking for, since I was looking for jobs before I even left Dubai.
Okay.
For coming back. So I was looking for a job for over a year.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that it's easy.
No, definitely.
But right. I'm saying in terms of, but they reached out to me. Actually, they recruited me for this position. Just because of my name in the area, especially with coach, because we do a lot of work with like coaches and football teams and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Too. So it's like every time I go to a school, the coaches know me. Plus like, you know, my experience with everything in Dubai and all that kind of stuff. So like, I'm able to utilize that, but I'm also able to show it off in a professional manner, and connect with people. So like the LinkedIn part was huge for me, bro. Like it was huge to be able to go in, like to have it up to date. And I had to go through the bots, but honestly, like the past 3 jobs that I've gotten in the past, I mean, I've been bumping around jobs a lot in the past like year or so. Like I was working as a paralegal. I was doing solar sales. I was doing, I did the Steeler thing. I literally moved here for the Steeler thing.
Well, just to, like even speak on like that, you know, like that.
Oh, well, so I came back. I came back from Dubai.
Yeah.
I had a job interview like a week after I came back. I got hit with, it was cool. They flew me out to DC. Well, mind you, the week that I got back, my parents told me that they were moving to Virginia.
Oh shit!
Like the week that I got back,
damn.
They were like, yo, don't even unpack your stuff.
Right? You should just take the plane to VA.
I would have if I would have known.
Right.
So then I had a job interview in DC. I didn't get it because I got hit with crazy jet lag.
Yeah.
Like the day of the interview, I had to travel down there, so I was low key sleep during the whole day.
Bro.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I feel you.
Went to Virginia, got a solar job from LinkedIn there. You make good bread doing solar, but like
for sure,
it wasn't for me. I was like, I don't hate the sales thing, but I don't love what I'm selling, you know, and I don't really believe in it because it don't really make all that much sense to everybody. So then I started working as a paralegal because I want to get into the legal field. You know, I want to go to law school. So I was like, you know, let me test it out, see if I want to be a lawyer. I don't. It was mid, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, 8 hours every single day. You have to account for every 6 minutes, bro.
Bro, I have a homie that went to Fordham, just graduated, and shout out to that man, because just even watching his experience and just like the whole I don't know, just what they put you through, just as like a new, fresh out of law school, you know, like whatever law school that may be.
Yeah, bro.
It's just like,
in law,
I don't even think there's enough money in the world to read as much as y'all niggas read.
Bro, and I like reading, but like my thing was like, it was more so like the shorty was disrespecting me. Like she was a solo practitioner. She did public defense as well as like criminal as well as traffic. Bro, but like I was managing at one point 700 cases. Which,
that's crazy.
Like the average person, you're dealing with like, if you're dealing with 50 to 100 cases, like that's a lot.
700 of anything is a lot.
Bro, 700 cases. And she wanted me to come in there, help her to break down, close out cases, but also manage her office, but also talk to clients, also market, also train new people. It was a lot. And then she had the nerve whenever I came with an idea like, hey, this thing isn't working. Yeah, I know you've been doing it for a while, but it's not working. We should try to figure out a new way. She's like, well, it worked for the last people who did it. So if you can't figure it out, we may have to reevaluate our work relationship.
People who did it, they left in 75.
They left.
By the way.
They left. They're no longer here.
It's 45 years
They're no
later,
longer here because of this. And
Right,
they never
right.
told you it because this is how you react when somebody tells you something. But she was like, yeah, no. She's like, well, either do it my way or we'll have to reevaluate our work relationship. I said, oh, say less.
We can do that right now. We can actually reevaluate. I don't know
we can reevaluate.
how much time you have, but we can reevaluate right now.
I was like, matter of fact, I was like, heard, say less. Immediately went on LinkedIn, looked for jobs. That's whenever I got the Steeler thing. So then came up here for the Steeler gig. Started working with them. I mean, it's been a great gig. It ends end of this month.
So are you like adding them to the repository, just like who you can with?
No. So with the Steelers, I'm doing a live show for their they have a merch for their pro shop.
Okay.
So I pretty much literally go in there and talk about their merch for an hour.
Oh, that's hard.
5 times a week.
Yeah. Shit, yeah.
I mean, it's cool, bro. I mean, it's easy. I get paid salary to do.
That's crazy.
3 hours of work a day tops.
Yeah.
So that was really great, but
That's hard.
Whenever I saw it was going to end in March, and I've been really, really, really trusting and listening to myself, which is the big reason why I even came out here, so she said that thing about reevaluating our work relationship, and then I had a trip, my first trip back up to Pittsburgh since I came back in April. So I drove up to DC, saw my friend, went to Pittsburgh, went to State College, because we had it was our 100th year anniversary. No. I lied. I drove up to Penn State the day that I flew back from Dubai. It was 12 hours.
Damn.
I landed. I was at home for like half an hour, and that's whenever my parents told me that we were going.
Hey, by the way, we're
going to Virginia. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I'm not even about to be here anyway. And it was our 100th year anniversary. We were having our banquet that night, so I drove up to Penn State that night. But this weekend was the I forget. It was homecoming weekend.
Yeah.
So I drove up to State College, and I drove back. I had an anxiety attack when I went to Penn State, but that's another story for
Normal
another
shit.
day.
Yeah.
Well, just because I had never been there I've never been at a game as a kind of like regular student.
Wow.
So I didn't have tickets to the game, and my friends we were trying to go to a tailgate. I had never been to the tailgate before, and I drove there, didn't know where to park, didn't know what to do. Whole time, people, my man's the night before said that he had a spot for me, and then he didn't. So I had to sleep in the car at 4 a.m.
Oh wait, I thought you meant a parking spot like
no, bro, like a spot, like bro, I gotta, bro. Mind you. Whole time, I was like, bro, it's okay if you don't. I can figure something else out. No,
but
bro,
just let me know if you don't. Yeah,
don't worry about it. I got this room waiting for you. It don't matter when you come back. It's yours.
Niggas who have a spot but don't have a spot.
It's yours. You got it, bro. I'm like, oh, I say less. I pull up to the spot at like 3:30 in the morning after the let outs, after get the eats. Right. I'm ready to go back, knock the door, locked. Some open the door. There's like, I see, whenever somebody open a door and it's like, they look at you sad, because like, I know why you here, and that's definitely dead. Bro, he literally opened the door. I see niggas sleeping on the floor. I was like, I know ain't no way that there's still a bed in there.
I know what's going on here.
I knew exactly what was going on, bro. So I had to go back, sleep in the wheel. So I'm already on I'm on low sleep. I had to shower at my man's crib at like the next day at like 11.
Oh,
niggas wasn't really trying to hear me in terms of like, bro, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's going on. And y'all aren't communicating well with me. I've never been in this situation before. I know y'all do this every weekend. I have literally never done this before.
And anxiety attack.
Anxiety attack. So I went to the creamery, got me a pint of ice cream and some dry ice so it stayed cold.
Fair.
Drove back to Pittsburgh, stayed with my homie, and then drove back to.
I feel you.
But even then, even that weekend in and of itself, I had more fun that weekend than I had in 4 months in Virginia. Yeah. So that's really solidified it with me. I was like, all right, I gotta go. A, and then B, I'm listening to my heart every single time, because I knew my man wasn't gonna have a spot for me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have listened to him. I should listen to me.
You're right.
And I was like, bro, I'm listening to myself from now on. And I've been doing that, sturdy on that, like really listening to, like really meditating, dreaming, listening to all that kind of stuff. And it's been paying out dividends, bro. Like, I'm very happy exactly with the beat match, especially super happy with that. Yeah, man, I just,
bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, CJ, man, thank you so much for coming through, bro. Like, this is easy my favorite episode to date. I know niggas be watching like, yo, we said that about everyone. I'm dead ass though, man. I mean, this was an absolute pleasure, but we definitely have to have you back up, man.
Dude, I'm in the city, so
bro,
more
definitely.
than happy to. We can talk about some anime next time.
Oh, bro, listen, we're gonna tap in. Trust me,
For
bro.
sure.
But for anyone who may not be following you, or know where to find you, definitely give them your tags, your handles, anything that you're on, anything that you're involved in, bro. But floor is yours, man.
Man, follow me on Instagram at CEEJ Thorpe. That's THORPE. I have the link in my bio to be the match. That way y'all can sign up. You can get a kit sent to your house. Add yourself to the registry. You could literally help save a life. It takes 5 minutes. Instagram or Twitter is TRUK_savage. Yeah, man, follow me. I like to make friends. I be talking about good stuff. A lot of inspirational stuff. I'm very big on like self-actualization, reaching your highest self. Really big on like the whole. I'm big on everything, bro. Like I'm a big. Like I said, I'm eclectic, bro. So even with the way, like I just came from my church, my family's church. We did our 55th year anniversary. And I was talking to my friend, but I'm fasting for Ramadan right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a Christian, but I'm fasting for Ramadan because I appreciate what they do, and I think that the tradition. So like the whole I could do a whole series of podcasts just on the whole religion and spirituality and how religion, science, and spirituality are really. They're all intertwined, but don't nobody want to talk about it. But yeah, y'all. That's me. That's CJ.
There you go, man. Yo, follow him, man. Yo, CJ, thank you so much for coming through, bro. Episode 79, man. MIC podcast, community and content, bro. CJ Thorpe, we out. Peace.